Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. First, just wanted to apologize for the lack of video content I've put out these last few months. Now that summer's behind us, I have a little more time to put out these videos. I'm going to try and stick to at least 1 to 2 a month. But I just wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers and everyone that continues to support this channel. Last time I checked, we're up to 1,500 subs, and I'm shocked and blown away that there's that many people that want to follow along on these tool reviews. So one of my buddies at work picked up this Fluke 87. He was gracious enough to let me borrow this thing to put a review out. I've had it for way too long, so I figured it's finally time to get this video knocked out. I've been testing this thing for a while now. I've been using this for probably the last 4 to 5 months now. Honestly, I think that this might be one of the best, if not the best, one of the best all-around go-to meters for HVAC technicians. When you've got this thing paired with the i400 clamp, gives you a whole lot of features in one meter instead of having to run multiples. So the complaint I hear most often from guys with Fluke multimeters is that they require you to run multiple meters in order to get all of the features that you need in order to perform your job. And I can kind of see where they're coming from with that. If you look at the Fluke 116 and the 117, the 116 will do all the way down into the microamp range, but it's limited so that it stops just before milliamps. So then you're required to have the 117 if you are working on a system that utilizes milliamps, such as building automation systems that'll send out a 4 to 20 milliamp signal. So that can be pretty frustrating. But with the Fluke 87 here, this will do both microamps for flame sensors as well as milliamp range. So like I was saying, I think that this might be the best all-around HVAC meter. And if you pair this with the i400 AC amp clamp, you can check AC current all the way up to 400 amps. If you're looking for one meter to do it all, I would seriously consider checking out the 87. So we'll go ahead and look at some of these features here. So here we've got our standard AC voltage. You'll see on the outer ring there are items that are highlighted in orange. You can toggle those on and off with the orange additional function selector there. Standard AC voltage with low pass filter, DC voltage, DC millivolts, as well as temperature. So it's great that this thing will do temperature as well as all these other features. I've had a few people reach out to me looking at like the 375 or 376, which has a lot of features, but then it loses some of the simple stuff like being able to take temperature readings. So this, you can fit a standard banana plug from Fluke. I'll have the part number linked below that'll plug right in here, and then take K-type thermocouples. We've got our resistance and capacitance. Resistance, this thing will do up to 50 megohms. We've got our diode checker. We have milliamps, both AC and DC, which you can just swap between the two with the function selection here. And then we've also got our microamps for flame sensors, things like that you can also swap between DC and AC. We've got our nice bright backlight for working in low light conditions. This meter also has a min-max feature, which is useful for voltage, amp draw, things like that. Say if you have to have your meter set hooked up with some alligator clips to the meter and you've got to go reset a breaker and you can't be there to watch to see what happens, this thing will tell you the minimum and maximum that we're hitting. That can be a useful feature. It's not a true inrush, so if that's a feature that you need, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. And we can change the temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit, and we're also capable of doing a hertz or a percentage here. So as you can see on the bottom here, there are a few different terminals for you to plug in your meter leads or amp clamp, depending on what you're trying to do. It's important to make sure that you are using the correct terminals when you're using a meter like this. So you'll see that this will do up to 10 amps. You're using your leads in line in the circuit, but the thing that is not so great about that is if you leave your leads in the wrong position and change your dial and try to check something that's pulling over 10 amps, you're going to blow the fuse in this meter. One feature that I do like that they added to this one to help protect that scenario is, say if you have your meter leads in here and you were taking an amp reading, you checked it, whatever circuit you had this in line with is drawing 5 amps, that's all good. And then you go to check another circuit, and now you're trying to check voltage. And if you flip it to voltage, you'll see that it starts beeping audibly, as well as telling you check your leads, that your leads are in the wrong place. So that's just to help prevent any accidents that may occur there. If you are using the amp clamp, one thing to note is I've heard a lot of guys are having problems. They can't figure out how to use the amp clamp because they're throwing in their leads here to common and amps, but that port is just used for that inline 10 amp reading. So if you're needing to check an AC current, you're going to put it on the AC milliamp / amps, and then you're going to have to move that terminal over to this portion here, and then you can hook up, check your amp draw, compressors, all that good stuff. There you go, guys. That is the Fluke 87. They also offer this in the Max version, which is just a little bit more robust. It's got a higher IP rating as far as water resistance, drop tested, all that good stuff. So if you're really hard on your tools, make sure you check out the Max. If you're a little more careful with your stuff, you could probably get away with the normal 87 here. So if you're looking to pick one of these up, I will have both the 87 and the Max linked down in the description below. So feel free to check those out. And at the end of the last video that I posted, I promised I was going to be giving away one of those Vito Pro Pack TP5Bs. So I drew a random comment. Michael Wandler was the winner of that giveaway. So congratulations, Michael. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Go ahead and shoot me an email at hvactoolreview@gmail.com, and I'll get that TP5B sent out to you right away. Again, I just want to thank all you guys for all the support and helping this channel grow. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps me out. Drop me some ideas for what you guys want to see given away in the future. I'm planning on doing a full tool bag, stocked, loaded, and ready to go. I'm going to do that giveaway at 5,000 subs. So make sure you stick around and we'll be giving some more cool tools away. Thanks for checking out the video, and we'll see you guys next time.